What's up, guys? How you doing? Brian with Action Auto Specialists. I'm here with my boy Parker.
What's up?
And me, and we're heading to the auto auction right now in a self-driving Tesla. Gotta love these cars.
Gonna try to find you guys some cars. It's my first trip to an auto auction.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome, dude. That's awesome.
Fun.
It's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool experience. I remember my first trip many years ago. Do me a favor, drop in the comments what kind of vehicles you like, man. Do you like sports cars, SUVs, vans, makes, models? Give me some ideas, man, that we can go ahead and dig into and find for you.
Yeah, what would you look for if you went to an auction?
Hey guys, it's me, Brian again, man. Hey, I just want to take a few minutes to go over some of the tools that I bring to an auction with me to make sure that I am finding good quality automobiles. One thing is you want to get yourself a good quality flashlight. Make sure that thing has got some illumination in there. All right, so that way there you can see deep down in the crevices, and I'll go over that with you when I get out there in the field. Next thing is this cool little ODB reader, which is fantastic for going ahead and hooking up to my scanner and figuring out, you know, what kind of codes are in the automobile, what has been in the automobile. I'll go over that a little bit with you too. And then, oh, the handy dandy Gerber, man. I learned this back in my Navy days, man. The Gerber, you can't go through life without a Gerber, man. You can do all kinds of little things with this that you might need to do. If the hood handle is broken off or something, excellent tool. And then next, by Topdon, excellent little jump box. I can usually get about 20 jumps out of this, man, depending on, you know, how dead the battery is and everything. But it's definitely something that you would probably love in your toolbox. So guys, I'm out here, man. Ooh, it's a little bit warm today. So first thing we're gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna find a nice automobile, okay, where we can go ahead and sit in and then take a look on our phone list and see what here at the auction is gonna catch our eye. We're gonna look at a couple of different things. We're gonna look at vehicles that I know we're gonna go ahead and sell on my car lot. We're gonna look at vehicles that I know are from a good seller, and we're gonna look at vehicles that I know are in our budget and our mileage range. All right, so follow me, come on. Hey, this looks familiar.
Want another Tesla?
This is a good car to go ahead and sit in if it's on. Let me see if it's on. All right, what I typically like to do on these hot days is I go ahead and I find maybe 2 or 3 automobiles. I want to start them up, and I want to listen when I start them up on a cold start. Just make sure that there's no knocking, ticking, or any kind of crazy noises. But what I do is I start them up so that way there the AC starts running. Because when you get in these cars, it's about 140 to 150 degrees when you open up that door. And I don't know about you, but I don't do well with 140, 150 degree weather, man. Let's see here. One thing I'm looking for, I always look for cars underneath 120,000 miles, because most of my lenders, the lenders that I do business with, they want mileage definitely, you know, under 120 is typically where I feel comfortable with, because I want to make sure that, number one, I'm providing a quality automobile that's going to go ahead and last you and your family for a good amount of time. And number two, that the bank is going to also like it to be able to loan money on it. So that way there you can get in it with little to no money down at a budget you can afford. What's up? How you doing? I've been coming here for a little while, so I got a lot of people that I know. We're probably going to bump into them, and they're probably going to ask, what are you doing with this guy following you around? But hey, it's all good. That's what it's all about, you know? Now, this is a nice automobile right here. Fantastic car, but the only problem is I just bought one of these. So we have one of these at the lot. So what I like to do is I like to mix it up. I don't like to own 2 of the same vehicle unless they are like good vehicles for the finance companies or something like that. But you know, my eye pieces, something like this, something that's going to go ahead and grab a customer's attention, something that's going to grab your eye, something that you're going to like. I probably only stock one until I sell it, and then after that I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to replace it with something similar or the same thing, depending on how fast it sells. Okay, we just found ourselves another Tesla. I love Tesla. I can't help it. One thing I like about them is their AC. It's nice and cool in here now. So this is going to be our office. Isn't it nice? It's a lot better than out there. Right,
it's so hot out today.
So this is going to be our little office for right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up the auction website, and we'll start looking at the notes on the auction website. For here is we're looking for cars that are going to go ahead and be non-problematic, all right, and have the eye appeal and the sell appeal to go ahead and move off the lot in a quick manner, all right, or quickly, let's just put it that way, because time is of the essence, man. You don't want vehicles sitting around, man. The more vehicles sits around, you know, things break on them, the book value goes down, banks lose their excitement about it. I mean, there's a number of different things that happen. That's why it's in our best interest to go ahead and find vehicles that are moved, that can move quickly, need little to no work, and out the door to a new home. There's 3 different kinds of lights in an auction. You got your red light, your green light, and your yellow light. Oh, I forgot, and your blue light, okay? Red light obviously is, well, not obviously, but for me it's obvious because I've been doing this for over 20 years, is as is, where is, see you later is, okay? Bumper hits the bumper hits the end of the garage, it's yours. Green light, they give us a number of different days to go ahead and check out a vehicle in some cases, or a number of different hours, depends on what level of green light we purchase it at, to see if we go ahead and, if we want it. Now, it's not like, okay, yeah, we want it, it's got to meet certain criterias. That vehicle's got to be over $800, an arbitratable problem. In other words, the part has to be over $800 to go ahead and purchase, and $800 to repair.
It is 98 degrees. 98 degrees.
All right, so here's an 07 Toyota Tundra, caught my eye, but here's another reason why you go to the website first and read the notes, all right? Because I could have been out there in that 98 degree weather, sweating to death, get in this truck, drive it, check it all out, and then come to find out that the vehicle is non-actual miles or as odometer rollback. That's not something that I want to put my name on. Now, everything's worth something, don't get me wrong. We look for cars that have clean Carfaxes. We don't try to buy any moderate damage. We usually, you know, maybe minimum damage. It's not uncommon for a car to have a couple bumps and scrapes on it if it has been on the road for 10 years. I mean, I know my driving. I put a couple bumps and scrapes on cars in the past 10 years, you know. Nothing major, thank God, you know, but I'm sure some of you have too. Tell me about it in the comments, you know. I mean, have you had a car for over 5 years without an accident? I'm just curious. It's not uncommon for a car to have a couple bumps and scrapes, but we don't want anything serious, salvage damage or anything crazy or anything like that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move on to the next one. I'm going to take a look here. Let's see here, try to find something. All right, so here's a 21 Dodge Durango with 50,000 miles on it. It's green light, so I'm going to go ahead and take a peek at this one right here. It looks like a nice car. It's got an MMR of around $22,000, somewhere in that neighborhood. That's about what it should do at the auction.
What's MMR mean?
MMR is Manheim Market Report, okay, which Cox Communications in Manheim, they own a lot of big auctions around here. They have a big footprint in the automobile industry. They are kind of like the juggernaut of my industry. And what they do is they track all the cars that go through the auction and how much they sell for at the auction, and then they have a weighted formula that they go ahead and they play it against over the last couple of years, and they come up with what's called MMR, which is your market report value. And that market report value determines on where vehicles are supposed to, you know, fall in when you're bidding on them. Vehicles get sucked out of the market, and there's only a handful of nice looking cars, which makes it hard for a dealer like me and Parker to go out and find good quality vehicles. Before, we used to look at probably about 20 of them to find one. Now it's more like 100 to find one good one. So it's been very, very time consuming, and that's why I'm training Parker. And I'm trying to think like my customer. I want to get in my customers' minds what they're looking for, because after all, that's what you got to do as a car guy. You got to figure out what someone else is looking for, not what you like. I like Teslas, okay? A lot of people don't like Teslas. Dang, it's slim pickings today here, Parker. Let me see here. Oh, here we go. Here's a 2014 Honda Accord LX with 76,000 miles on it. That sounds like something that we might like. Let's see if there's any announcements. There are no announcements, so I'm going to take a quick look at the pictures and make sure that it's not hit down the side or any major... you know what though? What is that? What is that? It's a 5-speed. A 5-speed Accord. 4-door.
Oh, beautiful.
Beautiful for some, but not many. I'll tell you that right now.
No, that's a particular.
It's a very hard car to go ahead and sell, man, especially in this day and age. No one wants to shift gears.
I'm just going to tell you, you should all learn to drive a manual transmission.
I would agree with that. Absolutely, 100%. All right, here's a 14 Dodge Ram Laramie. Oh, I'm liking this car. Let's see here. All right. Oh, it's diesel. You know what my technicians told me before I came here? Don't buy any diesel Rams. I'm going to listen to them. 18 Toyota Corolla. All right. Let's see here. No announcements. And no information on it at all. Number 655. We're gonna go ahead and see if we can go ahead and find that. Let's see there. Let's see. 655. There's that Toyota Tundra right there. Looks like a nice clean truck. Unfortunately, it's got an ugly history. And 55, 53. That's a nice car right there. All right, here's 55 right here. Got the window down in the back, so that tells me that someone didn't roll it up or it doesn't work. 1, 2. Oh, I just hit my shin. All right, cool. So, nice thing is when I turned that car on, all the lights came on and then they went off. That's a test that every car does, so that way there you know someone didn't pull a bulb or do anything kind of shady or anything like that, which is very, very important when you're out here at the auction. And the reason being is the auction is the Wild West, man. Dealers out here will do anything to an automobile they can to get their money out of it. So you got to really, really look these cars over very, very carefully. Now, certain auctions are better than others. The thing I'm going to do, what I'm looking for right now is I'm looking for any wetness. I'm looking for any kind of seals that might be blown out. I'm listening for ticking. I can hear the internal parts of this motor because I have a trained ear. I've bought probably over thousands of cars. I don't even know how many cars I've bought in my life. So I understand the inner workings of a motor. I don't suggest coming to an auction unless you do. And the reason being is you think it could be something simple, and next thing you know, you're into a $5,000 motor job or something like that. But you can hear in here, if you come close, you can hear something doesn't sound right in here. Now that could just be a pulley, it could be something simple, or it could be something very, very expensive. But either way, I don't have time for it, okay? I'm not gonna take a chance, because I don't have to take a chance, all right? It's all about the numbers game. I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna find something else. This guy bought this car the same time I bought my car. And it just goes to go show you, you go to the auction the day before, do your homework. That's why it's here. He didn't do his homework. What do we got?
Oh, there we go. Little Mitsubishi convertible.
Yeah, maybe if we were 16. And just, this is one thing you got to watch on the convertibles too, man, is the windows coming out on the convertibles. You want to check the seals real good on them. You know, I love convertibles, man. I really do. I enjoy them. Unfortunately, the general public doesn't love them as much as I do. You know, and that's one thing you got to get back to is, what is it that my public wants? What is it that my customer wants? Because it ain't about me, it's about you, the customer. But as you can see, it's kind of rough. You got some Bondo peeling off of here and everything like that. This car's been hit and they tried to fix it. They didn't try hard enough though. Some slim pickings out here, that's for sure. Whew. What's up, man? How you doing?
Hey, what's up, bro?
Let's see here. All right. Now, one thing is I've been with a lot of people over the years, and some people are friendly with people at the auction, some people are not friendly with them. I always say be friendly with them because you never know when you might need them. Hang on 1 minute here and get a call from a tech. Kevo, what's that? What 250? What's going on with it? Let's diagnose it. Oh, really? Oh, okay. All right, I'll talk to you later about it, okay? Just put it on side, park it on side. Whew, it's 150 degrees in here, dude. You don't want to get in yet, man. Wait until the AC. We're going to go ahead and turn that AC on. I'm going to get out of this thing.
He is not kidding. It is hot.
Nah. You want to know what a piece of bacon feels like? Go sit in there. You're going to find out. All right, so I'm going to look at the auction information on this. I want to see what the notes are before I go ahead and spend my time on this. Because last thing I want to do is spend a bunch of quality time on a car that, you know, that has a bad history, you know. Boom, Malibu 2017. Green light. Okay, looks good, looking good, looking good, looking good. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at this. I'm gonna go ahead and pop the hood on this. You only have so much time out here to go ahead and check out these cars. There's 500 vehicles out here today. Out of those 500 vehicles, probably maybe 2 of them I'm gonna go ahead and buy. So I want to go ahead and I want to get through these cars as fast as I can. But I also want to do a good quality job. All right. Wow, nice and clean here. I like it. All right, I'm going to pull my oil dipstick. Oh, you see that, Parker, right there? Did you see all that smoke right there coming out?
Sure do.
That's blow by. That's some blow by right there, man. So you know what? We're going to blow right by this one. Let's see here. Next. It's mid-season. Got a bad inspection sticker. Down here in Virginia, we have an inspection that all dealers have to go ahead and do before they sell an automobile. It's a Virginia safety inspection. Covers a number of different components. We'll do another video about that. We go a step beyond at our shop than the inspection sticker, just an inspection sticker. We have our own little action certification process. Okay, started that puppy up. Took a little while to start up. We're gonna pop that AC on. Whew. Let's take a look at these notes.
Interior looks pretty nice.
I like the stereo. It's got a nice little sound bar there. We want to check, make sure the speakers aren't blown. Let's see here. All right. I don't know too many people who like buying cars without a stereo in it. Oh, upper engine noise announcement. Don't have to go and waste our time on it. Next. This is interesting, pretty interesting. What is this? Oh, it's a hybrid Sonata. I don't know enough about it, so I'm gonna say nada. I like this big body Nissan, man. I'll tell you what, Nissan third row seat. This is a hot commodity right here. Someone's gonna like this. This thing's gonna bring some money. We're gonna have to check this one out, guys. Great, she's not starting, is she? Where's the keys? Someone already hid the keys? Are you kidding me? That's a big problem at this auction and other auctions. People find a nice automobile and then they'll go ahead and they'll hide the keys so you can't check it out. All right, let's see here. Ah, dang, it's right in front of me. If it was any closer, it would have bit me. All right, this is what we're gonna do. Jump box. I think it's because of low voltage. I think that the battery's just low, so that way that's why it's not starting. Now the good thing is, some people didn't bring a jump box here. Before I go ahead and devote my time, let's check the notes. Let's see. All right, so this is an as-is automobile after looking at the notes. I don't see any notations of why it would be as-is, like motor transmission issues or anything like that, but I'm gonna go into it thinking that there is something. So we're gonna dive a little bit deeper just because I like the car. What's up, Mike? How you doing? That's my buddy Mike over there.
Good morning.
How you doing, Mike? I'm Parker.
Mike has his own car dealership. I'm not gonna say the name because, well, then they'll be cutting into my video. But anyways, it's on the back of his shirt though. So don't look over there, man. What are you doing? All right, cool. All right, let me go ahead and start this puppy up and see if we can go ahead and see if we can find either a diamond or a lump of coal. All right, cool. So we got that hooked up right there. Boom. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna hit this little boost button right there. Now that thing is hot. Okay, so the voltage is running through that now. Let's try that again. Boost. Hang on, wait. Let me make sure we got a good connection here. Let's see here. It's like anything else. You don't have a good connection, you're not gonna have a reaction. Let's see here. All right, let's try one more time. Does it go this time? I'm done.
Hey.
Looks like God wants me to go a little bit further here, huh? All right, excellent. Got her started. I'm pretty excited about that. Parker, you learning a lot?
I am.
All right, excellent, fantastic, man. All right, ooh, AC's blowing cold. I'm liking it more. All right, one thing I want to do now is a lot of people that make the mistake, they get in the car, they rev the motor really loud, and you don't want to do that. You want to, you can do it first, I mean, that's fine. But you really want to turn everything off so you can hear it, okay? And you want to rev the motor at a lower RPM, nice and easy and steady, because what that's going to do is, when you rev at high RPMs, it puts a lot of stress on those pistons and the wrist pins and the rods, the internals of the motor, okay? So it covers up some noise sometimes. You hear the motor noise, the bottom end motor noise at lower RPMs because there's not so much resistance, there's not so much pressure holding it together. You want to hear how loose it is in there. If it's really loose, then that means you could have bearing problems, you could have lower engine problems. I mean, there's a number of different things that could happen. Hey Marcus, what's up, buddy? Hey, I gotta call you back. I'm at the auction right now, and I'll be done here at 3 o'clock. I'll call you after 3 o'clock, okay? All right, buddy. All right, I see you. It never stops, guys. It never stops, man. Telephone rings constantly. And that's with me telling everybody I'm at the auction and forwarding everything to my voicemail. So you can just imagine how many calls I get on a daily basis. All right, so motor sounded pretty decent on this. Kind of like that. I'm gonna pop this up right here. Check for a little blow by. I don't see any blow by. That's good. Pull this dipstick real quick. Check this oil. What I like to do is I wipe it on something clear so I can see, which right there, I can see if there's any metal shavings, any kind of debris in there, miscoloration, any kind of coloration that might assume that the vehicle has any kind of issues. You know, it's the lifeblood of the motor is the oil, so you can tell a lot by it. You know, and that's why I take a look at it. But it sounds really good in here. Take a look at my flashlight here, see if I see any kind of leak. Taking a look under here. Let's see here. Get under this car. Take a look underneath here. Ah, it's clean, no rust. No crazy leaks. I'm getting a little bit more excited. Imagine doing this to 50 cars a day. It's a lot of work. All right, Parker, jump in on the other side. We're gonna go take this puppy down to test track.
Cool. Action.
Highway to the danger zone. Here we are on the test track. Let's go ahead and see if we can get liftoff. Of course, you want to check your brakes and everything before you jump on this track. There has been people who have just kept on going. Right through that field, right there. It's happened before. Your hood is latched too. Because if your hood's not latched, guess what? You're probably going through the field because you can't see anyways. You want to check all your gears. I like to back up here, make sure everything works. Sounds like we got a little mirror over here that's struggling, needs some help. Okay, so let me go ahead and hit this gas right here. Checking this transmission.
Good pickup.
Yeah, it should get some rolls. One thing we're looking for too is smooth shifts. Make sure that we're shifting nice and smooth. You know, there's no outrageous sounds or anything like that. And I like to go ahead and run up and down the track about 3 times. All right, get that transmission good and warm. Last thing you want to do is buy an as-is car that you didn't test drive. And next thing you know, you got a whole bunch of problems.
Some good test drive tips. Do the gears work? Do the brakes work? Do they squeak?
Yep, hitting the brake. Is the thing going to go ahead and skirt off to the side on me? No. So far, it's driving pretty good. It's holding temperature real good. We're watching the temperature, watching the oil pressure.
Watching the car behind us.
Oil pressure. Yeah, the hell with him. He can get out of the way. Yeehaw! Here we go again. I can usually get a car up to about 60 miles in that neighborhood. I don't know if the auction really wants to know about that. we might want to edit that one out. There's a lot of people on the track right now, so here we go. All right, we're in the mix. Here we go. And split up the loot. Whee! Let's throw this puppy back in reverse. Third time. All right, excellent, fantastic. Now, when this car gets back to the lot, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna run it through service. We'll do another video on that, exactly what we do for our quality control check before we go ahead and put it in the hands of our wonderful customers. All right, here we go. Oh, come on, buddy, come on, let's go. There you go. Yeah, hit the pedal. Yep, that's that little square one. All right, here we go. Important thing too, is these auction people, they work very, very hard to keep these cars on the right figure, and you'll see people who just park them on any parking spot that's close. Well, that creates a lot of work on these guys. I like to go above and beyond and try to put it exactly where I found it. If it's on the right spot. If it's not on the right spot, I'll go find the right spot, put it on the right spot. You know, I've been coming to this auction for years, and see a lot of people work really hard to make this thing happen, and you know, it's just the right thing to do. All right, so we like this car. We're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna roll this window up so no one can hear us talking. We don't want to tell anybody, oh my God, Avi's over there with his shirt off. All right, let's see here. He thinks it's the beach. All right. Okay, now typically I would run the codes on this before I took it on the test track. I just plugged my little adapter into my ODB, and I'm going to jump on my my car scanner app and see what kind of codes are in here. I'm going to jump back into this AC. Poor Parker's got to hold that camera right there in that heat. Okay, so we do have some codes. Oxygen sensor codes, it looks like. Wheel speed sensor. Tone, yeah, wheel speed sensor. Okay, a U1000 lost communication code, probably because of battery or something like that. It could be. See, when the battery's dead, you want to drive them first before you run the codes, because when a battery dies in the car, a lot of the codes will kick out. And so after you drive it, the memory will come back and it'll pop off some of the stuff. So we just got a slew of non-communication codes. What that tells me is the battery was dead. Let's see here, and a couple hard O2 sensor codes. So the O2 sensors are need to be replaced, and a ABS control code, which is for the wheel speed sensor, which isn't the end of the world, but it can cause shifting issues if it's not repaired. A lot of people confuse it with a transmission problem, and 9 times out of 10 it's just the sensor. Let's see here. All right. Let's pop over to the internet, see what this code is. All right. Yep. All lost communication codes. Okay. I like this. Stay tuned. My dongle.
That would have been bad.
That would have been bad right there. That would have ended our day right there. I got a couple of these, you know, in case I leave them around, but I don't have any of them with me today. Let's see here.
We don't know what it is, but it smells in here as if you were in a small room and you sprayed an entire can of Raid in your war against the cockroaches or the spiders or whatever you were trying to kill.
Let's hope we don't find out what they were trying to kill, okay?
Wow. Get you a Neon Dream Honda.
Good looking truck though. It's got a nice look to it. I like it. I think I drove this truck though. I think it's got some underlying issue. Let's see. Let's see here.
Smells a lot better than the last one.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be something I don't know if I'm gonna be in on. Might be too pricey for our clientele right now. I like to say, cars under 20,000 typically.
So that was many, many months ago, and we did end up getting the Armada, but it's on our lot now, and you guys won't believe what happened. You won't believe what happened. We just had to fix it. You guys can see somebody snaked this off of the Armada that I literally just edited a video for that I took when we bought a couple months ago. So now we're fitting a new mirror on there.
I saw it. I synced it with my own 2 eyes.
But they ain't that long.
I think they just reached over it.
Yeah. And they were on this side of the pocket.
And that same beautiful Armada is for sale at Action Auto in Norfolk on North Military Highway.